Okay, so welcome to the second part of our morning. So welcome to the Global Excursion morning session. So we're going to have a few presentations and then we're going to arrive to the award ceremony. But before we start with all that, I would like to give a very warm welcome to Mr. Jose Cota. He's the head of unit for the Digital Science unit at DigiConnect, and he's here with us. So he's going to open the session with a few words.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much. I'm very glad to be here. I think this project is an important project for us. A word about our unit. Digital science is about process, is about the transformation process that the technologies of the information and communication technologies bring to the scientific development process. It's a process that is ongoing. I mean, we observe it, we try to participate to it, and we try utmost to have Europe benefiting from this process that is ongoing. And that's our mission. We have a policy that touches several building blocks of what we call digital science, that goes from open access to infrastructures to everything that is needed for this new form of doing science. We also believe that this will result not only in a different process, but also in different disciplines, in the emergence of different disciplines by the disappearance of certain frontiers between the disciplines. And of course that we think that education is the other side of the coin. So science and education have always been linked since the beginning of mankind. And this is a process that will continue, and the same transformation that is happening in science is happening also in education. And therefore we continue to observe, because our goal is that the benefits of this will stay as most as possible in Europe. So thank you very much for having invited me, and I'm looking forward to what I will hear. Right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Cota. Okay, so to move on, we have two members of our consortium. We have Barbara Kieslinger from ZSI in Austria, and we have Juan Quemada. Very good. So they're going to take it in turns. So first, Barbara is going to present us the project outcomes, and then Juan is going to come in and he's going to give us a virtual actual tour of the ViSH, of the Virtual Science Hub. So I'm passing on the floor to Barbara.
Thank you very much, Evita. And it's also a pleasure for me to welcome you here for our final event. As I said already in this morning, for us on the one hand it's a final event because our, so to say, official EC funding ends, but we really, we see it also as a start, because we really improved the service quite a lot, and you will see that people are also eager to use this, and we want to promote it more. So it's really not, a closing for us, but more of an opening and continuing our work in the way that we did so far. So if I present here now the outcomes, it is really something to be used, so to say. It's the outcome of our 2.5 years project. And first of all, I would like to start with what we were aiming for. So the aim of our project was really to enhance science teaching in European schools. That was the main thing we set as our objective, what we want to do here. And on the other hand, also offer researchers and their institutions a promotion channel to the school audience. So not only teachers using the science infrastructure, but also scientific institutions being able to explore a broader audience for their results, for their infrastructure, for, so to say, capturing future employees within the school, so to make really also science more interesting for students, and have them also later on maybe enter jobs in science, for example. And how did we want to do that, and what was our idea how we're going to do it? By providing a portal of activities to infrastructures, live events, networking, so something engaging for the teachers community, for the scientific community, for the students as well, for the different target groups. And actually the main, result, the main outcome where we would like to engage, have these people engaged, is in the Virtual Science Hub. And Juan is going to present it in much more detail, what we have achieved so far. There are also plans for developing it further, for still improving it, because we do get quite a lot of feedback from the community, from you actually, from your peers, from other colleagues out there. And we are continuously actually updating it. So the last release was in October. In October 2013, but there are already some new developments, and Juan is going to show a few of those. So it's not something that we, that will rest in peace now, but it's really something that is still vivid and it's alive. And we have a strong commitment here actually also to take up further suggestions from you also to still improve it and make it really a service that is used by the community. So as I said before, it's mainly for teachers, for scientists and for students. At the beginning I have to say, in this 2 years project we were targeting quite a lot at the teachers, at your community, also at the science community, but with even, in the course of time, we saw that some people are already using it with students. So this is the feedback that we got. It's not only teachers using it, but some of the teachers are already making creative use of it with students. Some of them, they tell the students to create excursions as a homework. Some of them, they let explore excursions that they prepared themselves for the students. And there are different ways of doing it. It's a nice appropriation of the tool that we have seen so far. So activities that we have not even thought of at the beginning, the way the ViSH could be used, came out, and that was really also a very nice experience here to see how actually really the different sides, so to say the different stakeholders involved, are using it in their own different ways. Just some examples, we will see more. We will see, especially this is the award ceremony, so we will see very nice presentations. We should actually see, so to say, the best excursions that were created on the ViSH so far, done by you and your colleagues. But in the beginning, we also started with a few topics that we wanted to promote specifically. One of them is nanotechnology. So there, for example, we have some resources on the ViSH already about virtual experiments. We have a game there, the Nanoverse. So there are some resources there for nanotechnology. They have been mainly at the beginning provided by our partner from Cambridge, the Nano Science Center there in Cambridge, but then also from other sources. It was opened up, and this was one of the, so to say, initial topics. Another example from life sciences is, for example, from the Doñana National Park in Spain. There they have very nice webcams to explore, the natural habitat there of the animals living there. And it was at least also fascinating for me, how vivid it is when you see the links there direct. So it was not a video or something, it's really a live camera when you can see whether they're, maybe you're lucky and they're just running around, maybe they're sleeping. So it's really a live camera where you can follow what's going on there. Or this one with the birds, for example, you can also explore the whole area that they cover there in the south of Spain. And it's very interesting because normally you can't just go there. As a normal visitor, you can't just go there. So this is a way of also exploring this natural park in a different way and explore it with your students in such an excursion. Another topic was always volunteer computing and grid computing. That, I have to say, was always a bit of a challenge for us also, to have here excursions that are also really interactive, because with this volunteer computing and grid computing, the basic idea is that it started that you lend, for example, part of your computer power to scientific processes. Computer power that is not used at the moment, and then scientific processes can run on your computer. And for us it was a bit difficult to transfer this into some active thing, because it's not only, we didn't want only a passive way of okay, I can provide my computer, but that's it, so what's the learning effect, what's the activity in it. So there we have also tried to integrate, for example, some virtual spaces, a game, for example, again, and actually the whole topic on citizen science, of not only now promoting your computer, but even participating as a scientist in scientific projects is getting more and more uptake now also. And also within schools, so at least with another project we're promoting now also citizen science. And we have had a tour already through some Spanish schools, through some Portuguese schools, to show them also the possibilities here. The possibilities, how, for example, you as teachers or your students, how you can also contribute to scientific projects, real scientific projects, like even cancer research or other topics. So there are also excursions, for example, on this topic in the ViSH now. Another successful outcome of the project is related to the ViSH. It is called the Meet the Scientist events, and we have already had a few of those in the past. I think some of you have already participated in some of them with your students. And the idea behind it is that we have scientists showing their lab, for example. They show their work. They even can go around with the iPad or mobile device, whatever, and show how they work, show their environment, show their labs, and then people can either interact via the chat, or they can also even enter the meeting and ask questions directly. So it's also a way of offering schools the opportunity to interact with the scientists and ask questions directly about their work and their science. We have one coming up. I think it's on the 25th of February, so at 1 o'clock. So whoever is interested, it's still open for registration. And we also are going to continue with it, although, so to say, that the funding ends, but we committed to have at least, every second month, if we can, even once a month. Again, one meet of the scientist sessions, and we have already some people, asking also if they could present in these sessions. So this has been a very nice, actually, experience so far. And as far as I remember, it's a growing number of people also attending. So we have, with the system, we can accommodate quite a lot of audience. We can connect, I don't know, up to even, how much would you say? Several hundred schools. Yeah. We could. So it's also something that that can also span to a broader audience. In terms of numbers, by the way, coming back for the ViSH, we have already around 2,000 users now, registered users, and some tens of thousands who are looking at the excursions but are not registered. So the registered ones, as you might know, are the ones who can create also content and create excursions, and it's even for free for anybody to watch things. So for that you don't have to be registered. But of course we would like to have more registered users also. So that's around close to 2,000. That's these Meet the Scientist sessions are actually performed in a system that is called MashMe TV. I think also most of you are familiar with it by now. It's a nice video conferencing system, and it also offers collaboration facilities. So it's not only, so to say, the video conferencing, but you can look at the website together, you can look at slides together, and it's all integrated in the ViSH. So if you want to also meet with one of your colleagues in this video conferencing system, you can even use MashMe TV for that, and you can also, as a ViSH user, as a registered ViSH user, you also have one room for yourself available. So this is how we usually perform our Meet the Scientist sessions with this kind of tool, and it's actually a very, I would say, a real success story of our project also, because it really started with our project, and now it has even acquired some venture capital, and it's also has, I don't know how many, what's the user
Well, MASME is reaching over 500,000 users. Now it has passed 500,000, and it's very successful spin-off company, which started during the first year of the project. I mean.
So there has been a spin-off company also created that is now also offering, the basic service of MASME, but then also some premium services. Then we are, of course, present in social media. We announce all of our events and activities usually on our Facebook and via Twitter. And we've also succeeded in expanding here our user community. Can still be more, but we're working on that. And then there is something that's brand new now. One of our new outcomes, so to say, is this leaflet that you also got in your information package, and that's the policy recommendations. So thanks to all the feedback that we got so far from our users and super users, we compiled here these recommendations for educational policymakers. We will have also, so to say, a bit of a broader compilation of recommendations for other stakeholders by the end of the month, or actually, during the next month. But this one is especially for educational purposes, and it combines our experiences with the ViSH. What teachers even say about using it. It describes the main features. It's also how policy can even support us further at different levels, not only at EC level, but now going also more to the national levels, for example, and to promote, for example, the use of this tool in schools. And this is, as I said, one of the brand new outcomes. And last but not least, I would just wanted to stress that today we're just a few representatives of the consortium here, but we did it, of course, in a team, and it was a rather small team, so I think it went really smooth. We had very good working atmosphere, I would say, and this is one of our highlights when we were going to the Nano Science Center in Cambridge, and we were shown the clean room and everything, so we got to dress up nicely, and it was really a very nice, not virtual but real excursion for us from the project team. And I would also like to thank the whole project team, because it was really very good team, and it was really a pleasure to work together during these 2.5 years, and also in the future. We already formed, a committee and a board for the ViSH, so we all have the partners committed to continue with this, and I'd just like to stress this again, because this is really something that should be used also, this portal. And this is already everything from my side for the moment. Juan is now going to show us in more detail the ViSH and also the new developments. And then we will go over to the award ceremony.